Hi YouTube, Timothy Unkert here. In this video we're going to install the Pulsar Text Editor on a Chromebook. First thing we need to do is enable the Linux development environment. So I'm going to go over here to this little circle on the left, which is your launcher. Click on that. I'll go on down to Settings, and I want to go on down to About Chrome OS. From there I can scroll on down and we have this Linux development environment, which you can click Setup and then Next. It gives you a username. I believe that's off your email. If you want to change it, I would change that now. It also gives you a recommended disk size. You can change that later in your settings. I'm going to keep both as is and click Install. And I'll let that run through in the video so you can see the real time it takes to install Linux. Okay, you see I have this terminal maximized here. Normally it shows up something smaller like this with this message. If you want to get rid of the message, this is necessary. You might not necessarily see this when you install Linux. I'm just going to copy it and then do Control-Shift-V and run it there. And then I can type clear to clear everything out. Now, I'm going to maximize it just so you can see what I'm doing. I want to make sure everything's up to date, so I'm going to type sudo apt-get update and then two ampersands for and then sudo apt-get dis-upgrade with a -y flag at the end just to answer yes to additional space. I'm going to let that run through and just record it just so you can see how long it takes. Okay, now that it's run through, you can close the terminal out, you can close your settings out. Let's open up a browser and we want to search for Pulsar Edit or Editor. And we see I have this site, pulsar-edit.dev. You can click on that. And from here we can click on the download button and we see Pulsar downloads. We have rolling release or regular releases. We want the regular releases. And we're going to do the .deb file. Now this computer has an Intel-based processor, so I'm going to pick the x86_64. If you have an ARM-based processor, you want to use the .deb file from that. Okay, so because I have an Intel, I'm picking this .deb, so I'm going to download it. Now I'm going to click Show in Folder. And it's going to be in my downloads folder. I'm going to right click and click install with Linux. It's going to go out and reach for the information. If your internet connection is bad, you might have to do this once or twice. I'm going to click install and then OK. That's going to take a bit to install. I'll let this run real time so you can see how long it takes. And you can check in your launcher to see once it installs, it'll pop up in your Linux apps here. You can see it's not fully installed yet. There you go, the icon pops up. Now you see I've previously pinned this to my taskbar, but if you didn't have it pinned, you could click on this and then right click, and now it gives me the option to unpin from shelf because I've already pinned it. But if you've never pinned it, it would say pin to shelf, and you could do that. Okay, so I'm going to close this out, and now let's start up Pulsar. And I'll just, again, run this in real time. The first time it starts up, it's going to take a little bit longer because it's going to write a couple dot and configuration files. The other thing, this is an Electron app that's a little bit heavier than some of the other apps. You see it started up there. This computer I have is an Intel N6000 processor. So it's a little bit better processor. I had an older refurbished one that would actually crash sometimes when starting up. So you want to make sure you have a modern processor with the Pulsar editor so it starts up okay. But that's pretty much all there is to it, to installing it. If you did like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.